All right, guys, so today we're going to be going over a history of transportation lesson. The first thing you're going to need to do is open up your Google Classroom and go to the Educational Technology Classroom. When you're there, you'll see the first tab is going to be a Nearpod. It's going to look a little different in this lesson because it's going to be live paced, whereas in the Google Classroom, it'll be a student paced one, so you can do it on your own. All right, so we're going to go through to the Nearpod lesson. And we're going to all join this code. Again, it'll look different when you do this on your own. I'm going to type that in. I'm doing it on my side as a student so we can see how it looks. Okay, I'll X out of this. I have it hiding student names. So when we answer questions, the student names don't show up. We're going to go to the first slide. It's going to say, describe what you think the word transportation means. So in your own words, I'm going to say, a way we get from one place to another. Okay. And then I'll submit that. And it'll pop up here in a second. Okay, so when there's a whole class of students though, you can't tell the names of the students, so this way we can all talk about the answers that we got and what we think sounds correct, or if we could change our answers, you know, that kind of thing. All right, so the next page is going to be a transportation video we're all gonna watch together. Again, when this is on your own screen and you're doing it by yourself, you can pause or replay or whatever. So we're gonna watch this.
Hey, Tragic, can we get out of here?
Yeah.
No, I want to go somewhere.
Yeah, I feel you. So we need a mode of transportation right now.
What? What is that?
It's how we'll get from here to there. A helicopter, a canoe, a bicycle, a car, you know, transportation.
Oh, yeah, a mode of transportation.
That's what I said. Transportation, the movement of people or stuff in a plane, a train, car, a truck, across town or across the nation. We're talking about transportation. Transportation, how people and things move on a ship, a bike or a helicopter too, across town or across the nation. We're talking about transportation. We're in San Juan, that's in Puerto Rico, and it's 1,000 miles to Miami, people. First, let's look at the map. Ooh, the route is over water, so driving won't do. A route is like a path, let me explain. Travel this route, we need a boat or a plane. Swimming that far would be unbelievable. So you know we need to pick our vehicle. I'll do more research, check my options. Boats don't travel to Miami often, but there are flights there a couple times a day. So it looks like flying is the only way. Let's see how much it costs to fly. $400 per ticket, that's too high. I don't think Miami is going to happen. Are you gonna cry? Oh boy, this and that. Transportation, the movement of people or stuff in a plane, a train, car, a truck, across town or across the nation. We're talking about transportation. Transportation, how people and things move on a ship, a bike or a helicopter too, across town or across the nation. We're talking about transportation. So Miami's out. But get a grip, that doesn't mean we can't take a trip. It don't have to be a shorter trip, sure, but that's what buses and subways are for. For those, the routes don't change this specific, but they go to some places that we want to visit. So let's take a day trip to Old San Juan. There's a free trolley that we can jump on. And let me say, in case you're confused, there are other ways transportation is used. You can use it to leave your neighborhood, but also for the movement of goods. Goods are things that are grown or made that we buy and use most every day. Food, clothes, coal for electricity on trains, trucks, and planes moving across the sea. And the way that the goods have to move can affect how much they cost too. How do you think that the goods you use were transported all the way to you? Transportation, the movement of people or stuff in a plane, a train, car, a truck, across town or across the nation. We're talking about transportation. Transportation, how people and things move on a ship, a bike or a helicopter too, across town or across the nation. We're talking about transportation.
All right, so after that video is done, we're gonna go on to our next slide, and it's gonna ask us a question. Let's see what it says. It's gonna ask us to draw our favorite way of transportation. It could be a bike, car, bus, or any other way that you like to get from one place to another. So it has a 3-minute timer on. This is more like what your screen is going to look like. It's gonna have some stuff to draw with, and you'll be able to draw your picture. I'm just gonna draw a quick little, let's see here. Ooh, this isn't gonna look too great. That's okay though, I tried. I'm gonna put like maybe some seats back here. We'll see how it looks. I'll have to tell you what it is for sure. All right, I'm gonna submit this. You have a lot of time so you can work on it, but I don't wanna take forever on here waiting for you guys waiting for me to show you what it looks like. So again, this one will submit drawings. You won't be able to see students' names, but you will be able to see their pictures. Let's see at this. Okay, believe it or not, I drew a golf cart because I think golf carts are super fun to drive around in. Our apartment, my apartment is on like a golf course, so there's always people driving by and golf carts. So I think it'd be a really fun thing to have and just kind of drive around in. Of course, you can't drive on the road with them, but all right, so that would be the end of our Nearpod. It was just a few pages long just to get us engaged in what transportation was. After that, we're gonna go back to our Google Classroom where I've posted another link. My instructions say watch this video to see some examples of transportation through history. Watch the video all the way through first, and after you have watched it one time, watch it again and pick a form of transportation that you would like to learn more about. So the transportation that you pick will be the one that you're doing research over. So we're gonna watch it the first time. All right, so after that video is over, I asked you to watch it a second time through. This time now when you see what you want to do your research on, you can pause it and pick from it. So I've already done that, and I've already picked my topic and did my research over it. So I'm going to show you what we did on that. If you scroll to the next one, I give you some different ways of making a presentation to share with our class. This has to be made from like using your laptop or your iPad or your phone. And this is, since it's technology, we have to use it that way and show us. You have to be presenting it somehow. I created a PictoChart. So that's basically just an illustration, but I'm going to present it to you using my words and talking through it. So basically a PictoChart is like a poster, and I really like to make posters when I'm presenting stuff, because that's a way that I like to put information onto something and make it a very visual experience for people. I uploaded a few different things here. We have a PictoChart, which is what I did, and I'll show you mine. We have a Prezi, which is kind of like a PowerPoint. We have Animoto, which is an animated, like a stop motion movie type thing. And then I put Storyboard that on here, which is kind of like a comic strip. But if you have any other ones that you want to use, you're free to do that. And you could also do a skit and film it that way. And that's how you could present it to the class. Just any way you could present it that way. So let's see how we can get over here. I'm going to minimize this. And I want to pull over here. Okay, I'm going to open this up, make it bigger so we can all see it. Let's see if I can figure out how to make sure we're sharing still. Okay, we'll just have to look at it this way. So in my PictoChart, I decided to do mine over hot air balloons. So just some background on this. When you go to look up your information, the best way I found to do it is to type in like hot air balloon, and then I typed in 1783 because that's when it was first invented, and it brought up lots of information about that that form of transportation. So some information that I was able to find. In 1783, the first hot air balloon was invented by Jean-Francois. In this balloon, it actually carried a duck, a sheep, a cockerel, and a cockerel, which is kind of funny. They didn't want to put a human in there. They were just testing it. This flight lasted 15 minutes. And then in 1793, the first hot air balloon flies in America from Philadelphia to New Jersey. This hot air balloon flight was a hydrogen gas balloon, and the same pilot crossed the English Channel. In 1914, the hot air balloons were used in World War I. Both sides used balloons for observation between 1914 and 1918. And then in 1960, the modern hot air balloon is invented. No longer is the hot air balloon gas powered. Now it's just powered by hot air. So this is the hot air balloon that we see now that has like the big flame burner underneath the balloon top. So it's a propane burner, and it changes the balloon from gas power to hot air. 1991, the first Trans-Pacific hot air balloon flight takes place, and this flight is from Japan to the Arctic Canada. The distance is 6,700 miles, which is crazy. So on here, which I can't get it to go in a lot here. Let's see if I can do this. Hey, yeah, that works a lot better. Okay, oh, maybe not. Oh, here we go. Okay, so that's the illustration I was able to find of the first hot air balloon. So that would have been what they would have seen in 1783. And then this is just an illustration of what a hot air balloon looks like now. Of course, hopefully we've all seen them before. There's actually like a really big festival of hot air balloons every year. I know I've seen them flying around before. Back behind the church I go to, there's a really big field, and people will go fly the hot air balloons back there, which is pretty cool. So that was the information I was able to find on my example. I found 2 sources for mine, and I'll go back to, let's see. Ooh, let's put this away. Okay, let's make this big again. And go here. Okay, so when I looked up, like I said, I looked up hot air balloon. Ooh. Hot air balloon. And then what year did I say that happened? 1783. 1780. That's a long time ago. And then I think I was able to just click on a few sources that I found that were pretty interesting. I know one of them was this one because it was a National Balloon Museum. So when we go here, we're able to find a lot of information. Pretty cool, right? Like it shows blimps on here too, which is pretty cool. Here's that picture again. It's a different coloring. And then if we go back, oh, not that far back. Okay. I think the other one I found, I looked up a timeline because that's how I wanted to set up my, like my example. So I think it was this one for sure. And this one had all sorts of information that I was able to find, which was pretty cool. I tried to pick the ones that I thought were really big, big events or big information that I would want you guys to know about hot air balloons. So your presentation doesn't have to be very long at all. I just want you guys to do some research, find some cool information about whatever you pick to do it over. Basically that's it. When you're done, you can upload it. I want to hear you talking over it as well because that's how I want to, that's what I want to see in it. But other than that, I hope you guys have fun with this lesson. See you later.